We'll call the select board meeting to order on Thursday, March 5th, 2015 at 7 p.m. for agenda approval, board reorganization, minutes of 3-5, warrants, mail, old business, inform people of the various board openings that are on different boards and so forth. And we're going to basically discuss some things that we need to reach here in the near future.
Move to approve.
Minutes of 219, I did a typo.
They're 319?
219.
219.
219.
Yeah, hard to do tonight's minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahead of myself.
Second it.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Board reorganization. Nomination for chairman, the first one. I nominate Jason.
Decline.
Come on, Jason.
No. I'm gonna pass.
Nominate Rich.
Rich?
Okay, I'll accept.
Okay, got a second?
Second.
Okay. Any other nominations? None heard. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Here you go. Let's pass this stuff down to him. You can do the next one.
Okay.
You got that in your folder? Did you get the reorganization thing?
I know I did not, it was in the mail, so.
Okay. It was in the mail?
Wasn't it? The reorganization.
I got this out of my folder. But here, you can use that one if you want.
Okay, thank you. I guess before we go any further, I'd like to welcome our new selectman, R.J. Jolly. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope your 3 years are well spent here. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
welcome. Okay, nominations for vice chair.
Nominate Nelson Brownell.
Second.
I'll nominate, if you're asking for other nominations,
Yeah.
I'll nominate Jason.
Decline.
Okay, I guess I'm there.
Okay, do we have a second on that? Did we?
Yes, you did.
I did.
Okay. All those in favor of Nelson being the vice chair, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Those opposed? Vote carried. Nominations for clerk.
I'll nominate Henry.
No. Decline.
Well, let's
I-
explain what the clerk
Yeah.
is. The clerk basically takes care of the minutes when our
Right.
secretary's not
Yeah,
here.
right.
In other words,
Or if we're in executive session.
Or,
well, there's no minutes in executive
No,
session.
no.
So basically what they do is they have to write down when we open the meeting, close the meeting, and any motions that have been made, by who, and what the vote was. So,
I nominate RJ.
That's fine.
okay, I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And regular board meetings. As it stands right now, they're held every Thursday at 7 p.m. in the town office, unless otherwise warned, except for the fourth Thursday held at 6 p.m. in the wastewater treatment facility conference room, where the board acts as the Board of Sewer Commissioners.
What I would like to recommend is that we have 2 regular meetings and then leave 1 open for a special meeting, because we've got a lot of critical things we need to take care of, like our dog animal control, our transfer station, and other things, and we try to fit them into our regular meetings, and we usually seem to never get done. So what I'd like to do is say that we have a meeting at the first week of the month and the third week of the month for selectmen like we have now, and the one that's in the middle of that, we'll have a special meeting that will warn for a specific item and take care of it, if the board would agree with that type of arrangement.
And if there's nothing,
If there's nothing to have for a special meeting, you won't have a meeting.
okay. Any discussion on that?
Can you explain that once more?
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
little bit lost.
So basically what you would have is the first week of the month, it'd be just like we do now. And the second week of the month would be just what we do now. Everything that's in the mail, everything, people that wanted to get on the schedule and so forth could come in and be on the schedule. But the second week of the month would be specifically for the items, special meetings for the items that we need to take care of that we know are not getting there. Like the transfer station, the dog shelter, things that we have on our agenda that we've had on our agenda for a couple of years. And I'd like to focus if the board is in agreement with that type of meeting, certainly in the beginning to see how it works, just so we can get over some of the hurdles of the things that we need to get done. And then the fourth week would be the wastewater.
We could always revert back if,
Well, the board can vote anytime to
We can,
change,
we can vote to do that.
anytime.
Right? Anytime, okay.
I'm just saying
Ah.
to start with, that we do regular
Oh.
meetings the way we're doing it.
Well, I'll second that so we can discuss it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
you follow me?
Right.
All right, okay. Well, actually, we can either do it that way, or, I'm agreeing with the idea. You follow? Okay, because that way we'll get some of these things off our plate. But our fourth meeting, this past year, we used very, very little.
and that was, for the sewer commissioner meeting.
That's correct.
And that is, because I guess there were no issues, like the next one we're gonna discuss, I believe, is the budget.
Yes.
Am I correct in saying
Right.
that? Right, we're
Right.
gonna
But-
discuss the budget.
Okay.
And I think we all felt that if there were no problems.
Well, I
because-
guess that was the week that I would, well, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't even know if that's what I even want to do.
Uh-huh.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
But I do know that we didn't use that fourth meeting.
Right,
And I know that, somewheres here, I would like to have, these special meetings, like, we only went over to the, highway department, I think twice, or twice, maybe
Once for a
twice.
vehicle and once for the
Okay.
gravel bed.
So I think we should do that more. I think we need to see our people more, that work for the town, and that way we can investigate, what we own,
Sure.
take a look at the equipment.
Now,
I mean, eyes on is great, that's all. So,
Yeah, and again, when you schedule a special meeting, we could schedule it for 6. We could do a lot of things that you can't
right,
do.
so, and I'm agreeing with it. I just saying that, we have,
We talked about not meeting every month for wastewater if there wasn't anything to meet about.
that's right, and then that was where we was gonna, actually,
And we talked about
kinda
using
wanted
that
that for the special meetings.
Yes.
So, I don't know,
Initially-
somebody else say something.
Initially, come on, we haven't even met all the time for our regular meetings.
Right.
There's been meetings where we haven't met. The thing is, what I'm trying to do is get us to focus on these things we're not doing, and I think if we set rules that says we're gonna meet this day for this, and the next one will be one of these special items, and the next one's a regular meeting where we can come in and
But we can
talk
still
about-
add to any of these, we can
That's
still
right.
add.
We can
Yeah,
still
we can
add-
always
add
add,
over.
if you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
emergencies, you can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And the
I mean,
way,
we can still have, we can have two special meetings if we wish. I mean, we can say, okay, we're not gonna meet down, wastewater, we're gonna have we'll have a meeting.
right.
A work meeting, or whatever we wanna say, we can always do that.
And we might find when we talk to Darcy that that'll be fine, that we meet every other month.
Right.
That the thing is that we, and maybe you're right, maybe that's when we have another one, because there's enough stuff on our plates right now that we need to
Address them directly.
get some off the
I
plate.
agree, I'm not disagreeing.
Okay.
So, I want that known.
So that's my motion, which you second, was that every other week we have a regular meeting, and then we have a special one in between.
So we're talking about the first and third Thursdays as a regular meeting. First and third Thursday, a regular meeting. The second Thursday would be held for special meetings, and the fourth Thursday for sewer board commissioners.
The wastewater.
Does everybody understand that now?
Yep, I would like to just, add, I would like us to do our warrants.
Well, we're gonna have to make a motion for
Right.
someone to
Or-
approve those.
Okay, well, no,
But you're,
Right.
just like now, when you don't have a meeting, all the warrants came in
I
tonight.
understand. The only
So-
thing
so
was,
you're
is
gonna
we
do
won't
your-
be losing our mind,
Right,
on 2 weeks,
Right,
that's all.
okay.
I'm just saying, if it works for a special meeting, not to add any more,
Well, you-
only that,
well,
or
you-
not,
well,
and maybe the
well, you
special
can-
meetings won't even be here. I don't
Well,
know
that's- that's the
what your
pro-
plan
well,
is, I don't
Well, that's the
know.
problem, they might not be.
And if
So
they're
I-
not, we don't bring warrants from the building.
Right.
anymore. We don't
Right,
do that.
right, we don't leave here, so,
I'm
no,
trying to-
that's correct.
There had to be a half dozen times last year where I signed warrants and then you guys looked at them the
Oh,
following
I know
week.
that, yeah.
So you're looking at one every 6 months or more, that I was doing it anyways, every 2 months.
Okay.
So I don't think that's gonna be that difficult.
Okay.
You know, if there's special things that show up on the warrant, then we'll deal with it. But that's.
Okay,
Well, let's try it for a couple months.
Okay,
If we
so-
wanna bring it back in the fall.
I'll call the motion. I think
Okay.
we're repeating ourselves.
we have a motion on the floor. Go ahead if you want to repeat it.
It's basically to have a regular meeting on the 1st and 3rd of the month. And that's what you're asking for, is the regular meetings right now.
And we have a second.
Yeah.
And the wastewater on the 4th.
Wastewater on the 4th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Very good. Paper of record.
Banner.
Okay.
It's the only one that's,
Bam.
it's the only one.
Yeah.
I move that it's banner.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next is the authorizing to sign warrants in the event of no board meeting.
I move that the chair or the vice chair sign.
Okay.
Need a second?
Second.
All those in favor, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Select Board Standing Rules of Order. Do you want me to read these?
You probably should,
Okay.
whatever the one is.
Select Board Standing Rules. Meetings will be run in an orderly and professional manner. Control will be kept at all times. Those found out of order will be removed. Number 2, the agenda will be presented in the following manner and voted on by the board. Name of item and individual wishing to speak on the item will be listed. Items not having a speaker will be so noted. Items may be tabled or removed from the agenda. Some items may be scheduled for another meeting. 3, board may limit the meeting length by a majority vote of the board. This may be amended as needed by the majority of the board. Number 4, each member of the board and members of the public recognized by the board may speak on the same issue for no more than once a meeting for a length of 3 minutes unless approved by the majority of the board. This may be amended as needed. Number 5, a member of the public which harasses others or disrupts the meeting will be warned and removed if their activities continue. Select Board meeting agenda. Citizens wishing to be on the Selectmen's agenda for the Thursday night meetings need to call the Selectmen's office and leave a message for the board's administrative assistant by 12 noon on Tuesday. Please leave your name and state the business that you wish to discuss with the board. By doing this, it will allow the administrative assistant time to post the item on the meeting notice. So if any others may want to talk about the item, they will be aware of it on the posted agenda or items requesting board action. The board, knowing this may not always be possible due to the nature of the items that come before the board, so please note you may still arrive the night of the meeting with an item, and the board will decide if they can add the issue to the agenda for that night or schedule it for another meeting.
I move we approve them as read.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Meeting agenda policy. I believe the
That's what you
agenda.
read the last page.
Okay,
So we approved them both.
we approved them both. Okay, great. So, that is done. Warrants. We have 4 warrants tonight. The first warrant is in the amount of $14,864.99. Some of the bigger purchases on this warrant are for salt. It looks like we got 43.67 tons of salt and one delivery and, no, what, is that correct? 43 and 43, 2 deliveries? Okay. 43.62 tons on the second delivery. And then we have an equipment maintenance for $1,868. The next warrant is a payroll warrant for $6,455. That's the period 3/1/15 to 3/6/15. And the next one is also a payroll warrant for period 2/22/15 to 2/27/15 in the amount of $8,570.29. And the last warrant is for accounts payable for $24,587.86. Your big items there were electricity and it looks like about that. That was a pretty big one. What's your pleasure on the warrants?
I move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain. I have a check in one of those.
Mail.
Rich, can we go back to the minutes?
Oh, did we? I thought those were done. I'm sorry, I had those checked off. The minutes for
219.
2/19. I'm sorry about that. I had that checked off. What's your pleasure on the minutes for Thursday, February 19th, 2015?
I approve. I move that we approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I abstain. I think that I was out from that. I think. Wasn't
Thank you, Linda. Mail. Here, I'll sign that right here. Plus I think I'm going to save that to last. That's the appointments. We have a letter here from Stantec, their consulting service regarding our Pownal landfill for authorization and additional services. They have done testing there before. How many years have they been doing this?
a number of them.
A number of them. It's the same company. They're looking for us to sign the contract here. Time and expenses basis estimated at $9,000. Labor and expenses $4,700. Laboratory analysis and statistical analysis $4,300.
I move we assign it.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The next one is for the Vermont Leagues of Cities and Towns. This letter, they made a visit here on January 28th. The purpose of this is completing a hazard identification survey for the town of Pownal offices, as well as the Pownal church buildings and grounds. They found quite a few, well, I wouldn't say well, a number of deficiencies that must be corrected, such as smoke detectors, fire extinguishers, multi-use plugs and receptacles, crawl space, etc. So we should probably.
I would like to make sure our safety officer gets a copy of that so he can check them off as they're done.
Okay.
And I would ask him which ones we should take care of immediately and start doing it,
Okay.
if the board's in agreement with that. Because I know he buys, extinguishers and other things that we need and smoke detectors.
Okay.
So he can help us out with that. If we give him the list, and then he could tell us what he could check off, then the rest of them we'll have to deal with.
So we can get this to him, Linda. Thank you.
If the board agrees.
Rich, I'd like to, at the end of this meeting, go into an executive session, discuss one of those issues there with personnel.
Okay,
We can do that at the end.
Okay, all right, let me,
Okay.
write that down.
Now, the other thing is that, that they highlighted on there, Rich, that we probably should know is that there are grants that they give out to help us pay for some of the things that are on the list. We should look more into what that means in the way of, what is it we have to provide them with to get that grant? Do they have a online system where we submit a grant?
Right.
Or do we have to draft something up ourselves that says we wish to get X, Y, and Z? And that would be, again, I would ask Frank to give us some pricing, and then we'd put it on a list and send it up to them and see if they give us the grant for it.
Okay,
It's okay?
yeah, anybody else?
Well, I think the majority of the things that's on that list right there are kind of a priority.
Well, there's a lot of little things, though, I think that can be taken care of right away.
Right away, that's right.
And that's what I'm looking for.
Right.
I'm looking for someone
That
that,
he can handle quick.
that's right.
I understand.
You know, if we got 12 things there, let's get down to 6.
Yeah, that's right.
And then if the 6 is what we need to apply for the grant, then
We'll move on.
I'm just saying, let's get started, but at the same time, let's not spend all the town money if we don't have to.
Right. Everybody in agreement with
I
that?
agree.
Yeah. Thanks, Emmett.
Okay, yeah.
Grady. I'm sure they blessed me because I was going to talk to him again.
And next we have a letter here from a citizen regarding lighting of an intersection. I'll read this. I am sending this in regards to a situation at one of the intersections here in South Pownal. This intersection is also a bus stop for the Southwestern Vermont Supervisory Union and also the Pownal Elementary School. The intersection I am referring to is Vermont Route 7 and Route 346 in South Pownal. There is only one street light on the north side of the intersection and unfortunately does not light up the area on the south well enough for the property to see the bus stop area. Kids from 2 mobile home parks, the Alta and Green Mountain, wait at this location for their bus. There are a lot of kids. This person comes up from Route 346 on Church Street to go to work, and you really can't see these kids very well until you're going through the guardrail corner, through the gradual corner of the stop sign. The kids from the Green Mountain Mobile Home Park walk up the west side of Route 7 and wait for the bus at this intersection. They're looking for another street light on the south side of the intersection to light up the area. This citizen feels it's a very dangerous situation.
I make a motion that we basically ask Green Mountain Power to look to siting a pole and to give us a cost estimate. Then we'll decide.
Okay, very good.
Has Pownal ever dealt with Green Mountain Power as far as turning all the streetlights into LED?
Yes.
We're working.
Matter of fact, some of them, from what I'm told, are already in the process of being changed over.
We're in contract with them now
Yeah.
to change it over.
Bennington switched over and saved a lot of money on the electric bill.
This would be a case of where they'd put in a new one. I'm sure it'd be LED.
Yeah.
So, but let's find out what it costs. and
Okay.
then Make it happen.
And next we have something here from the.
Should the school look at that? I'm not
it's
trying to pass it.
well, it's
I understand it's our light,
Well,
but it's
I
their.
want Green Mountain to look at it because it's a state highway.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know if it's our light or their light.
Well, no, what I want to do is I'm trying to answer this person's letter. Who should he be actually working with?
Well, he did get
I
a
understand that-
response. He did get a response from Green Mountain Power. If you'd like me to read it, it's not that lengthy.
What did they say?
I took a look at your site today and can see what you were referring to. I believe you need to talk to the select board because they would have to give permission to set a light on existing poles and or set a pole to put in a light on. Either way, the town would be charged for the pole and or light.
I understand that.
I'm sending a copy of this email to Linda at the town office. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we need to get a
Right.
price quote from them.
Right. And then, like you said too, if they're both state highways, why?
We'll find out. it might be that we're responsible for the state highway just as much as we are for the rest.
Well, it could be.
So,
Okay, next we
lights in our
have a letter from Vermont Computer Sales and Service. The antivirus subscription will expire in April, and they would like to propose that the town of Pownal to change to Vipery Business Antivirus. Vipery is a business centrally managed antivirus that allows for better maintenance and control of your antivirus protection. I have worked with this Viper, and it is a very good
I move we do it.
system. And I don't think we can be too secure or too careful when it comes to antivirus here for the town of Pownal. The costs for 3 years are $372, so I think it's money well spent.
As I said, I move we do it.
Second.
For that kind of money.
Any discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I don't think there's anything I have to sign on that. And we have a letter from Bill Scully, and they're talking about they're awaiting the grant award from the state for Phase 2 to define the scope and costs associated with removing the PCBs, laden sediment behind the dam. They are moving forward on this. It could take 3 to 5 months for completion of the Phase 2 and cap. We'll set out a timeline and construction, but they're more or less informing us that they are moving forward with that, and
Yeah, they haven't forgotten about us.
right, and that's a good thing. So it's great to be informed of that.
And this is for the dam down in North Pownal.
Hydro dam.
So they plan on making that hydro dam?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a hydro there and they want to bring it up to
bring it
speed.
back to life.
We're actually under contract with them, right?
Yes, I can sign this now.
Yep, it's actually,
Next, we have a agenda from the Bennington County Regional Commission for Thursday, March 19th at 5:30 p.m. at the Sunderland Town Hall. Socializing and light dinner, approved minutes, public hearing, the BCRC projects, and other business. Okay. And we have an agent for that, don't we?
he's got a letter in there.
Okay. And this is their news and notes from the BCRC. And then we have a letter from Mr. Walter Klinger. Gentlemen, I received notice that my appointment as the Pownal delegate to the Bennington County Regional Commission, the BCRC, has expired. At your will and pleasure, I would be happy to continue, excuse me, to represent Pownal. I am most grateful for the opportunity to serve our town in this capacity. So,
And did he also ask about something about how do we vote on one of those? Maybe, I had a voice conversation with him, so maybe it's not there.
Yes, it is there.
Is it?
in a recent email from Jim Sullivan,
Yeah, it's to
I
do
have
with the
been
regional.
requested to cast a vote for or against or abstain on the new and revised Bennington County Regional Plan. I have no personal feelings about the plan and want to cast my vote in accordance with your wishes on the matter. I know there has been some concern about the new regional plan's impact on Pownal. Please let me know how you wish me to vote or cast my vote in this matter. In the alternative that I am not reappointed, please let me know so I can inform the proper people.
Basically, in the original draft of the plan that they put out, the new plan, they had specifically put some specifications on Pownal, the racetrack, but it was more general than that, to do with some size types development that they basically specifically talked about Bennington having some control, the way I read it, over what we did and didn't do. That has since been changed in the plan, and it's more general now, and it applies more to all the small towns that are around Bennington. They're not just singling us out in that way. And it does go through the hearing process if something was to be done. The plan still talks about specific sizes of structures and stuff. You know, if you're gonna have big shopping malls or stuff like that, they're still, they're looking for that more in the rural, not in our area, but more in the urban area like Bennington. So basically, and I think that's okay. But again, my concern was when they were specifically talking about Pownal and that Pownal needed to do this and Pownal needed to do that, where now it's more general. Yeah, I think where it is now, it's okay with me, so. I don't know about the rest of the board. I'd say read the draft, read that section to do with the, you know, and go from there.
And as far as letting Mr. Klinger continue as our representative?
I move to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna appoint a whole bunch of people here in a week, so.
Great. We have a
Are
public
you
meeting.
gonna appoint tonight, or are you gonna wait? Because he moved. The motion.
I have no trouble.
Well, I would appoint him.
Yeah.
I move to make a
Yeah, second.
motion that
Okay,
we
I'll
appoint him
second that.
tonight.
I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor and a second to appoint Mr. Klinger as our BCRC delegate
Yeah.
and representative. And we had the discussion. All those in
No.
favor say
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Public meeting warning by the Pownal Fire District Number 2, the Prudential Board. Discussion of a potential 500 kilowatt solar installation by Green Lantern Group Solar Developers on the Pownal Fire Department District Number 2 wellhead and pump house acreage on Route 346. That is at 7 p.m. Monday, March 9th, 2015, at the Solomon Wright Public Library, Lucy Reading Room on Main Street in Pownal, Vermont. The public and all Pownal Fire District Number 2 water customers are encouraged to attend.
Yeah, it should be clear. I know you said fire department. It's a fire district is what it is. It's not a fire department.
Fire District, correct.
And it's, basically they supply water to Pownal Village.
Okay. And then we have
Before you go away,
Okay.
my mind's thinking. They have approached both the town and the school about selling power or getting in the agreement with them over the power. I'll probably be attending that meeting and learning more about that. I've attended a couple sessions up north to do with the various attorneys that are telling towns how they should go about setting up agreements and stuff with the various people that are providing solar and wind and stuff. You have to watch how long you get into these agreements and some other things. So we'll see what they have to offer, and at that point I'll bring it back to the board and go from there. But they're looking at the school and maybe the wastewater and the general town structures because of the amount of power they're using. Unsure how it all works out. Some of these agreements that have been put together end up with you're not paying more, but you really don't end up saving a whole lot for the paperwork and stuff you have to do. Keep up with it. So
Okay.
we'll find more.
Next up is the zoning administrator monthly log. 3 permits, 3 verifications. On that, the BCRC meetings and regional plan. Capital trip on water rules and money problems. And phone calls, etc.
Yep.
And last, for the mail, we have a liquor license renewal application for Stewart's in Bennington here. They're looking for a renewal.
In Pownal.
I'm sorry, in Pownal here.
I move we approve them.
Just reading that.
For Bennington.
For,
No, I mean approval
Bennington,
for
yeah.
Pownal.
Yeah,
I remember opening the Bennington media one time.
Yes, I did.
Very good.
So I made the motion to go ahead and approve it. You got a second?
any discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, pass that down, you can sign that. That's the mail.
No, you got one more thing. You had all the appointments you pulled out.
Yep.
Can I just go back to the BCRC and the regional plan? The board didn't really give any direction for casting a vote when he goes to that
When did they say the meeting was?
coming up soon.
Yes, that meeting is on
I read it, I have no problem with it, but I don't know if they've read it yet, so there's been a change in that section.
Doesn't give me the date here on that.
It's on the BCRC notice. Open it one more.
March, that's Thursday, March 19th.
Okay,
2 weeks.
so either we can move tonight, or you can look at it if you wish, and then we'll move on it.
I'm satisfied going with your recommendation.
I am also.
So I'll make a motion that we go ahead and tell them to vote yay.
Second it.
No discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now we have one more thing in the mail.
Thank you.
Okay, yep. Next we have our appointments. The town of Pownal has various selectmen appointment, board positions, and other vacancies available. We have pound keepers, small animals. We have one opening for that for 1 year. Large animals, one opening for 1 year. Fence viewer, we have 3 openings for 1 year. Surveyor of wood, we have one opening for 1 year. Inspector of shingles, one opening for 1 year. Tree warden, one opening for 1 year. Agent for welfare, one opening, 1 year. Home health representative, one opening for 1 year. Emergency management coordinator, one opening for 1 year. BCRC delegate, one opening for 2 years. The development review board, we have 3 openings for 3 years.
Ooh.
Planning commission, we have 3 openings for 4 years. Conservation commission, 2 openings for 4 years. Recreation Implementation Committee, we need volunteers for that as well. If you're interested in requesting a position, we ask that you please send a letter of interest to the Pownal Board of Selectmen, P.O. Box 411, Pownal, Vermont, 05261-0411, or email Pownal's lcs@comcast.net by March 19th, 2015. Okay. I think that concludes the mail.
Yeah, and I would, being that March 19th is when you want them by, I moved that on that date, if we get enough people that have applied, we should appoint. Okay, or I recommend anyways. Rather move, I'll recommend, because it implies that we're gonna do it anyways. Get it by the 19th.
Also well, let's keep going here. We're into old business.
Nothing on the list.
And one thing, has anybody heard anything on our Pownal website yet? Anything at all?
No, but that's another one. I guess what I would like to do is I talked about dog officer, transfer station, but that's another one we should try to create this list. The Pownal website's another good one to be on it. Because what happens is all these things fall from our minds because of all the stuff we're bombarded with lots of times at a regular meeting. Let's get our list done, and then let's start scheduling people to come in. We're talking about this dog facility. I would like to get that out of the way quick because I got a couple of calls over this last couple of weeks of dogs down in Alta, down in North Pownal, elsewhere. So if we can get those people in, that'd be a very good special meeting, and let's get ourselves situated.
When do we want the special meeting? On the
Next
second.
week. Next week, if we can do
then
one.
Is that our priority? Renee?
I would think so.
Okay.
It's
Can we
been
get
on the
those
table
people?
long enough.
Your motion? Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Let's get that in
Yeah.
and get that one over.
Yeah, we've been looking at that
And at
thing
the,
for
and
3
at the,
months.
and at the same time, if you could bring in things that need to be on that list, I forgot about this web thing, even though I was one of them that was pushing it.
Yeah.
Because of the the activity we got going with transfer and everything else, and the dog calls I got this weekend, so.
Even perhaps
there's-
if we could just put a phone call into Amy and just say, where are you with this? And, you know, because, I mean,
Yeah, I'm okay with that, too.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know, when can we expect to see anything or
Yeah,
whatever?
and if she has something to show us, then we can have a special meeting, she could come in and take
Right.
up our time and we could
Right.
talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's,
Where are we on old business?
Yes, we are.
All right.
Is there?
Yeah, yeah, well, I just gonna bring it up. Since we wanna start making a list, that list for, someone to look at, I think we had 3 people apply for a position in the transfer station.
yep,
I don't know if we wanna,
and that's why the transfer station is one of
now,
my hot.
okay, is there room, do you think that there's, room, for more than one item, for next week?
Actually, I had, because I didn't know what
Or-
the board
or if
was
there was something else.
changing the way we do business, but
Okay, so
I've
let's,
already scheduled, the BCRC needs to come here next week, Mike Batcher, regarding transfer station issues.
okay, all right, so we're, okay, good, then we'll have that's fine.
Alright.
So if
But
there's,
we should.
Well,
we
if
should
there's
have
some
that.
other
Special,
things-
we need to know,
we can
discuss them.
open them up.
Do another item.
Should be room for 2, right? Yeah, so let's do the dog thing in the transfer station.
How much of the dog thing do you wanna do, because Tammy is away for Pownal Pets? She
Okay,
was submitting a letter to the board, which didn't come forth at this time, but she did tell me in March she needed, to be out of
What
town.
else is old business? We can, that doesn't have,
well, you got the.
Well,
You
yeah,
need to
it
give me the
does.
address
I
or
mean,
the
we can
names
bring
for
it
the
out,
other
but,
individuals to,
Yeah, well, you were gonna have Cecily talk to the other individuals and get them in touch with Linda.
well, we did, but they never got a hold of you.
Okay,
don't even
probably
know
need to
who
go
they
see
are.
them. Yeah, I don't know, I can't think of their names either.
Yeah, great.
Okay, but,
Well, I did get
Alright,
we
so I
did,
know the BCRC is coming, they're scheduled.
okay, so let's do the transfer station next week for sure. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
You know, let's
is
do
there,
that.
is there another item, or is that enough? Is that,
Would you
or
like
I
to-
think-
is that a pretty,
think-
is that a pretty big,
I think
oh,
that's
okay,
gonna
then
be,
leave it alone.
I think transfer
know.
station is gonna be a big item because
Okay.
you're gonna learn a
all
lot
right, it's gonna
about.
ta- Okay,
what
it's
has
gonna
to be
take some
done,
time,
and
that's
then-
good.
I think we need to really get our arms around this one.
He wants to, he's gonna wanna talk to you about the household hazardous waste events, we're gonna be making some changes.
There's a couple
Board
of,
is gonna have to make some decisions about the alliance and the ordinance that other towns have already adopted. Where are we with it? So it could be lengthy.
it's gonna be lengthy. The people I've talked to that represent us from BCRC, you got ordinances we haven't done yet. There's a rate you're supposed to be setting in a form that they're supposed to have. There's a ton of stuff that, between hazardous waste and other things that the state has put on our back now to do with this transfer station. And I'm glad he's coming, because I think we all need to hear what the issues are and what we're gonna have to deal with. And then at that point, we can move on and make a decision on some of the others. It's
I
not
don't
gonna
know,
be,
when would you like to schedule the interviews? Do you wanna wait until after you meet with BCRC?
I think it makes
When you
sense
want this
personally.
done? Okay.
I don't have
You
any-
need to give me a date so I can put it out there for the applicants.
Well-
Halloween week,
I think the
Yeah.
people
That's the 19th.
and that'll be on our select board meeting, right?
Well,
well,
no, not at the 19th. The way I'm looking, the next one is the 26th would be the sewer board. Unless we want to hold a special meeting, which, you know,
we're gonna have a meeting on Wednesday with the wastewater. So the
Or
following,
March 18th.
instead of having the
Right, why
wastewater,
don't
we could have
yeah,
another special.
Why don't we just follow the
Okay.
wastewater?
Instead of having a wastewater on the normal Thursday,
Right, I
we'll
understand.
do the interviews and whatever we have to do in that
We
process.
can't
No.
change the wastewater.
No, you can't because it
It's a
was,
Wednesday, we're gonna do
We
the
need
budget.
the 18th and the 26th
Oh,
for
okay.
wastewater.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
all
that's
scheduled.
already been a,
right.
that's,
All right.
right. She's made that,
Yeah. excuse me.
correct.
I have no trouble with I let Bratcher come down and do his thing. Schedule a meeting, can everybody make it like 6 o'clock, I guess, is what I would say. Then you get him here, you get that out of the way, set up and do your interviews after that. I would,
6 PM on what, the 18th?
whatever the
19th.
19th, whatever the regular day would be. No, not the 9th.
19th would
What's
be
the next one?
Thursday.
What's the next Thursday? Next week?
The 19th would be a regular board meeting.
I'm
Supposed to
saying,
do appointments.
I'm gonna say we're gonna talk to BCRC, and then we do the interviews.
on the-
If we meet
On
at
the
6
12th.
o'clock on the special,
On
which
the
is the 12th,
Okay.
meet with him, understand what's going on, do your interviews. It doesn't hurt if these people wanna come in and listen
Well-
to what's gotta go on either,
Well,
before we interview them.
well, that would be great. Then they would know what they're getting into.
That's what I'm saying. You know what?
So that's on March 12th.
Yeah.
So you have them come, and
Right.
after that's done, then you do your interview,
6 PM.
6 PM when we start,
Okay.
and get it all on the table. So
Okay.
what happens is we get a little on the table, then we get a little on the table, and we go on it. Let's
All right, good.
get it out
We
there.
got that hammered out.
12th, you said?
12th.
Yep.
Yes.
12th,
12th.
6 PM,
Right.
BCRC and transfer station interviews.
And I'd ask Tim to come too.
That's fine.
Tim to come also. Because we might want to talk to him more too.
Okay, is that it for old business? New
Yeah.
business?
On the old business, the only thing I would say is to, again, try to remember what to put on the list so we can keep moving.
Okay.
New business?
Anybody? Anything?
Got enough
Tonight?
stuff.
I had this door out here addressing that ice outside. If we could get someone from the highway department to come over and make it so we can use this door.
We can't open this door, and it's a fire
And
hazard.
it's like, it happens like every day, it's froze. And he's been here and they've chipped it and,
Okay.
Bring a
Well, they need to
pickaxe.
Continue to do it. It has to be accessible.
We're gonna have to really put the salt to it.
you know, I'm
But it's
hoping
been
gonna
cold,
warm-
too, so that
I
doesn't
know,
work.
I know. It warmed up and then it fell off the roof again.
Constable, is he status right now? He's completely,
We don't have any.
okay.
I would say that's one of our hot items for a special meeting, police force, enforcement.
Yeah.
So we can have a special meeting, let's talk about it, do what we're gonna do, and if we have a special meeting, we can invite the state
Okay.
police, the sheriff.
But I'm
and
saying
whoever in
right
town
now-
might be interested in service of constable.
Right now, my question is, Al is done? He's
Yes.
completely done, so his vehicle and his equipment is,
He asked me whether he could take the vehicle to the town garage, I told him that was okay.
okay?
I hope you're in agreement with that, we've
Okay.
done that in the past.
And the equipment? His equipment.
Most of the equipment is locked in the vehicle, other equipment is stored elsewhere.
Okay.
I was gonna say that we put any in our safe, or what do we do with the weapons and stuff like
I'll
that?
talk to the board afterwards.
Yeah, because we should secure them somewhere.
Yeah. Anything
they are.
else? We're gonna enter into executive session, I believe. So we're looking for.
Personnel,
Yes, for personnel. And we're looking for motion to
so move,
adjourn.
no,
and to
go in
to
executive
to
executive session.
session.
So
Second.
move.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Who needs to be in executive session? Everybody